AyoGG, welcome to a brand new episode of the AyoGG podcast in the Queendom Season 2 edition for episode number 5 of Queendom. And today we are going to talk about an episode which will be relatively, I'd say, relaxed because there haven't been any major performances we could talk about. And with we, I of course not only mean myself, but also my friend Payne. Welcome.
Hey!
Yeah, guys, today this recording is a bit improvised. I hope everything is going to work out, we will see. I think this episode is going to be overall, as I already said, pretty relaxed. There, honestly, not much happened in episode 5 of Queendom, but still we got a lot of stuff that I really hoped for even before the season has started, because even though there weren't real performances, there were performances, but I think you know what I mean. In this episode, we got a lot of content that goes more into the variety direction, which is something I love. The interactions between all the contestants in a really friendly manner. But more to that while we're talking about what actually happened in the episode. So, it started with, as always, a little flashback to the last episode and about the contestants talking about their rankings and how excited they are for the next round, and so on, and so on, and so on. But the truly important, interesting thing is that we got introduced to what's going to be happening next. Because next up, we're getting multiple performances. We're getting, for once, the position unit battles and the fantastic battles. What does it mean? Well, position unit battles will be if you have watched Queendom Season 1, you will know what all of this is about. We will get the groups splitting up into vocal group and dance group, and they will compete against each other. For example, in the vocal group, we will have 3 unit groups consisting out of 2 parties of one of the contestant groups. So, for example, Hyolin is in a group with one of, for example, or multiple members of LOONA, for example, in the vocal group. And then you will have another group where contestants from 2 groups will be combined into one, and another one, and so on. Who actually is in a group with each other, we will also talk about later on. And the same applies to the dancing performances. Also, we will have the fantastic performances, which is basically the Fandora, I think it was called in Season 1. There the fans can choose what kind of song they want to hear from the group, and they are going to perform this. And the position unit battles will give 5,000 points in total, and the fantastic performances will give 15,000 points in total, which means all in all, a group could possibly be able to earn a total of 20,000 points. That was a little introduction we got for what is going to hit us next, and then it was, of course, time to see, okay, how will these position unit battles actually look? Because who will be in the vocal groups and who will be paired together? For that, the girls traveled to a little variety, I'd say, location. If you have watched Idol Variety, you may already know the location. I personally know it, I think, from ITZY. Was it? I think Codename Secret ITZY it was. Can really recommend it, Season 2, I think. Super cool. And there we saw the girls arriving one after the other. Oh no, I forgot. Before that happens, we of course saw the groups in their natural habitats in their agencies talking about who should go into the dance group, who should be in vocal group. And we started with BBG, where it was actually wasn't really a big deal. Like the fact that Chinbi would be in the dance unit and Unha would be in the vocal unit was relatively fast decided from all of them. The only question was, where will AyoGG go? Because AyoGG said herself she has never been like a main in a position, so she was kind of free to choose what she would want to do the most. So what we learned there for BBG is that all of the members are going to participate in one of those units. For LOONA, it was interesting that they instantly like talked about, okay, basically we could like all go. We could like split 6-6, which would be an interesting thing to see. But when they were talking about the dancers, I really liked Heechin's comment because she said, I think me, Yves, and Olivia Hay have the most outstanding dance silhouettes. Do you have the same opinion as Heechin in that regard?
I mean, they have some very good ones.
Thank you. Okay. And there's honestly not that much more to say to all of this. It was basically for all the groups the same. For some groups, they designed relatively fast. Like, for example, WJSN. They were like, okay, Yeonjong instantly main vocal. And I think Queendom instantly dance unit. And then they were like, okay, you could also, and you could also. There wasn't really much content that we got out of it, but we got some cute little comments at least. And then it was actually time to arrive at the venue. Hyolin was the first one, and of course for Hyolin it was interesting to see, okay, which unit is she going to join? Is she going to join the dance unit? Is she going to join the vocal unit? Or maybe both? At least for now, we saw her entering the dance unit room. And next up was BBG. And I don't know if this is some kind of concept Chinbi is going with now. But every freaking time when she's coming out of that stupid car, she has something in her hand she can play with, or that she can like give Mnet a bit of editing stuff to do. This time she had this like plastic clap thing, which I instantly said, okay, this would annoy the shit out of me. She got out of it instantly, click, 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 and the whole time you could hear in the background this click, 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 click. Oh my god! But they were standing in front of the signs, showing to the left for the vocal room and to the right for the dance room, and it was time for AyoGG to decide which unit she would want to join, and in the end, she decides on going with Chinbi into the dance unit. So Unha will face the vocal battle alone, and I really liked her little comment there. If anyone bullies you, you call me. And not to spoil too much, but maybe she is the one who will need to call the other members. But more to that later. The same basically happened with all the other groups. Nothing really a lot to talk about there. But it was interesting to see the interactions of them when they actually entered the room. So, to cut this short, in the dance unit, we have Hyolin, Chinbi, AyoGG, Xiaoting, Hikaru, Dayon. No, let me do it again in the to tell you also the groups they're actually in case some of you maybe don't have it like really present in their heads when I'm just saying the members' names. Hyolin, Hyolin, Chinbi and AyoGG, BBG. From Kepler we have Xiaoting, Hikaru, and Dayon. From Brave Girls we have UNFORGIVABLE. From LOONA we have Yves, Heechin, Olivia Hay, and Choeri in the dance unit. And for WJSN we have Unso and Queendom. For the vocal unit, we have, surprise, Hyolin. She's going to do both, which is interesting. BBG, Unha. Kepler, Chaeyoung and Yeongun. Brave Girls, Minyoung, LOONA, Chu, Kimlip, Hustle, Jinsoul, and WJSN, Yeonjong, and Subin. So, if I'm not completely mistaken, after we saw all of them entering the room, the first group we really got to know more about what they're going to do was the dance unit, because there we saw first what kinds of songs they would be able to choose from. So they were all sitting together there, and suddenly the TV turned on, and the 3 songs that they could perform appeared to give them a little teaser. I think it was 1 minute teaser. So they could decide, okay, what kind of song would we prefer to do? The first song was Kaboom. And now I'm reading to you the definition of Mnet of the song. A song about the queens going after a single crown. The powerful and grand performance is eye-catching. Next up, the song Envious. A song that portrays going after someone like a cat. It has fatal melody and a sexy but controlled choreo is the key. And the last one is Pour, or Purr. Is a confident and mature girl crush pop song. It is a song that portrays their conviction and dignity. What I really liked is during Envious and Pour, there were multiple moves, like for example a split or twerking, where Chinbi instantly also looked over to Omjin and was like, "Can you do it? Do you think you can do it? Can you do it?" That was quite cute. But my question now would be, what do you think about the songs that they got to choose from?
Yeah, I mean, overall, I guess they are not 100% my type of sound, I would say. Just overall. It's not that I'm going to dislike all of them or something like that, but there was none really appealing to me as well. Pretty mid-range, I would say. So yeah, I'm not super expecting for a song or a performance where I'm like, oh damn, this sounds already epic. Let's see how this is going to be. I would even say it's not the same genre or something like that, but it's not that big of a variety of genres. Like yeah, the sound, in my opinion, or it sounds pretty similar. Like you don't have something like yeah, let's make it like if you would have something more cutie bubblegum or techno EDM, there are none of these genres or something like that. It's pretty much I guess slightly in a pop or hip hop direction, something like that.
I mean, compared to the others, Envious is at least not as hip-hop-ish, but more on the sensual, sexy side, performance-wise.
Yeah. Exactly. But all of them, you can say, have a more mature vibe, as example. All of them. Or a more... I don't know if dark is not the right thing, but nothing of them is really... I don't know, upbeat or... really, I don't know, like, they give somehow a similar vibe, in my opinion. Overall, I guess, I've thought about it a bit. I'm still not 100%, I don't know if I'm super right with that, but I guess I can think about Envious to be the best overall.
Same.
Based on, what there can be with the song, more than just the 1 minute. Then Kaboom, cause Kaboom was pretty engaging as well. And the least favorite might be or something like that.
Yeah.
Not really much into this one.
The twerking really turned me off.
I really don't like twerking. Like when I saw this, I was like,
yeah.
But yeah, that's I guess my opinion so far.
Yeah, I can actually kind of agree to, I'd say everything. I also look forward the most, like song wise, to Envious. Even though I like the hip hop vibe of Poor, but the sound itself is really not my thing. And yeah, the the few performance snippets that we have seen is really there are parts that I really like, because overall I really am a fan of hip hop dance, that I have to add. But twerking, guys, I really
Exactly.
I'm sorry, but I hate twerking. There is absolutely nothing I like about this form of dancing. I don't find it nice to look at. I don't find it appealing in any way. I see it and I'm like, oh no, it's just really not my thing. But yeah,
And even if you have something for I'd say like hip hop, because I really like hip hop, especially as for dance performances as well. So for as a dance song, yeah, hip hop is a huge thing as genre, and especially I guess the newer style of hip hop is kinda, I don't know, not 100% my style. Like there are many aspects in the new kind of hip hop that I'm not really into, and yeah, I mean twerking is one of these things.
I mean, there are like so many different dance moves and styles you could put into this hip hop thing, but always you have twerking, always. I don't get it. I just don't get it. But okay, it is the way it is. And yeah, after that, the girls had the chance to choose which song they actually would like to perform. And for that, there was an order decided by Mnet, and this order was basically their current overall ranking from worst to best. So the ones on position 6 was which is LOONA, were allowed to choose the song first, which may sound at the beginning like something good, but turned out there is nothing like really beneficial about it at all, because turned out when you're sitting there and as I already said, there can be 2 groups per song, which are going to perform the song together. When there are already 2 groups and another one decides to choose the song also, the group with the lowest ranking has to give up the song. So in the end, they could have just went with Hyolin first and then from first to last. But of course, less drama, and Mnet needs drama. We all need a bit of drama. Let's be real. It's an Mnet show. This is what we all expect. So what happened? LOONA went out and decided to go with Poor first. And honestly, based on just the location where the kind of waiting place for Poor was, I can understand, because it was right at the pool. It was such a beautiful place. I would have wanted to sit there too, but probably not for the song. And after LOONA, Brave Girls, Unji, was choosing her song, and she went, which was a big surprise for everyone, with Envious, because Envious is the way it looks the least favorite of all the other groups. And after this, Kepler began to choose, and this was really cute. Kepler, the girls came out, and LOONA made it quite obvious that they would really like to perform together with them. And they were shooting hearts at them and tried to convince them to choose Poor too, and they did it. Kepler and LOONA were a temporary group, but then BBG happened. Chinbi and Omji left the room. They were standing in front of the signs. First, deceived them with going into the direction of Kaboom, but then switching directions and walking straight at LOONA and Kepler. And yeah, the rules are rules. LOONA had to pack their bags and choose a new song, and they then went with Kaboom. Next up, WJSN, and it instantly got loud. Like, before WJSN, it was pretty quiet, and everything was pretty relaxed, but these two came out, and Unso started screaming. She was super hyper, and ready to entertain, and they in the end chose Kaboom as a song, so we had as a temporary unit LOONA and WJSN, and at the end there was Hyolin with this gigantic, huge ass pink bag, which I still absolutely don't understand why she had to drag that with her the whole freaking time. Like, she could have just placed it anywhere, then, like, settle down with everything and then get it. But she decided to drag it with her the whole freaking day. Not quite sure why, but she did it. But okay. And Hyolin decided to break up yet another group, and that was the Kaboom group, which meant LOONA had to pack their bags once again. And, well, the only song that was left was Envious. So in the end, the constellations we have is the song Poor with BBG and Kepler. So, to remind you, BBG, Chinbi, Omji, and Kepler, Shouting, Hikaru, and Dion. Kaboom with WJSN's Unso and Yodom and Hyolin. And Envious with LOONA's Yves, Heechin, Olivia Ye, and Choeri, and Brave Girls, Unji. Now, what is your opinion on these constellations? Are you satisfied, or would you have hoped for something else, like BBG not going for Poor? By the way, the problem is not Kepler here. Absolutely not. I love the BBGs with Kepler, but the song.
Yeah, like, there are things that are not necessary, and BBG Turken is one of these. I mean, they can do if they want, but I think there can be more. And some movements that are like might like more.
The thing is,
but
all the rest of this performance, I'm so looking forward to see Chinbi and Omji, because especially Chinbi, this hip hop style, she's really good at this. But god damn it!
And seeing Omji with the hip hop style is really interesting as well. Like,
and Omji can do it. If you guys have maybe seen
definitely
shortly before they left Source Music, they had multiple V-Lives where they often were also in dance practice room, and there was an amazing dance practice V-Live with Omji and Chinbi, and there you could, for example, also see how good Omji is at this stuff.
And maybe they are going to wear caps, and I'm a huge fan of Girls with Caps.
That's pretty likely, yeah.
And I really love the constellation, as you already said, with Kepler. That's super interesting, and I mean, it's the rookie constellation. Like, both of them just debuted.
Yeah.
And really looking forward to what the rookies will kind of do there. I mean, if we come to the Song of Envious, where LOONA's now, I guess that was kind of a song where someone of the LOONA members mentioned we can do this or something like that. If I
think
wrong.
They said, or I think Heechin said to Choeri, like, this is her style, something like that. I think that was it.
Okay. True. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And I can kind of see them doing this for sure. Nothing special to the constellation with Unji so far. Like, I don't know if there's, because I'm not so much into knowledge-wise what she is doing. Like what's her most type of dancing or most likely dances. I don't know.
One piece of information I want to give to the viewers. maybe you guys haven't seen season 1 of Queendom, because a quite interesting fact is that Unji actually already performed exactly in the dance unit in Queendom, and that was in season 1 because she was chosen by Park Bom back then to fill her place in the dance unit. Park Bom participated in the vocal unit, and I think she won some kind of game, and therefore the chance to get a substitute for her for one of the units, and she chose actually Unji for the dance group, which is really interesting. And back then, I think she got last. She got chosen last. And this is, of course, this and paired with the fact that the Brave Girls in the last performance also got placed last is probably the maddest fuel like you could give her to tear up the stage for the performance.
Exactly. So really looking forward to that. And in this constellation, like LOONA has something like four members, I guess.
Yeah,
right, four of them. So maybe they are going to play around of the numbers. So like that Unji is alone and kind of playing around her or something like that. Maybe there's something happening like that. I'm really looking forward to it. It will be a more sexy style as we. Or as like Mnet said, kinda. Looking forward to it. And in Kaboom we have Hyolin and
WJSN, so Unso and Yodom.
Exactly. I don't know what I should say about this combination. Like I don't know. Would have never imagined when not in Queendom. Yeah, I mean, Hyolin is very good in doing many genres. Like she pulled off the pop stuff with Sister pretty good. The sexy stuff, Violent Sister pretty good. Doing now with her solo the hip hop genre, she can slay that as well. I don't know, like I guess she's very versatile there, and Yodom in my opinion, super good dancer. I know of her a bit. Not 100% familiar with Unso's dancing. But I guess you might say more to that. I'm not 100% sure.
For that, I can't really say that much. All I know, I have seen her dancing a few times, but I mean not in a lot of different genres. So I'm not quite sure about this. I could imagine that maybe she has overall, but this is just me kind of guessing, as maybe similar dance style to Chinbi. They seem overall, I mean, they're best friends, and I feel like they have similar tastes in a lot of things. So I could imagine their dance style is also going into a similar direction. So Kaboom is a good choice for that, if that is the case. I mean, Yodom already showed in Navilera that she is a really good dancer in her solo dance performance that she did there. But yeah, the constellation of them and Hyolin is really interesting. And overall, this is the mashup of groups that I kind of know what to expect the least. Like, I don't know how they will match together. This is the other groups I can really see how they're working together, how it flows together. But for them, it's actually the hardest for me.
I mean, even like in WJSN, Unso and Yodom kinda give a total different vibe. Even that. And Hyolin once more just gives a total different vibe than Unso and Yodom. Like this feels super interesting. More like a collab out of different styles and different vibes, kinda. But really looking forward to it.
For that group, there's only one thing, one concern that I have there, because this is something I kind of also got through one of the performances that we're going to talk later on that we saw in this episode. I kind of fear that maybe the focus is going to be too much on Hyolin instead of the WJSN girls. Like that, Hyolin is like the center part, and Unso and Yodom are like, like the like Hyolin is the main, and WJSN are the lead. Kind of like this. And this is something I really don't want. This is a little danger I see there, because I mean, we have heard it now so many times that they're always like, oh, Hyolin, you and Hyolin and Hyolin and Hyolin, and I fear that they kind of take themselves also a bit more out of all of this to give Hyolin a bigger stage, and I want them to be able to shine too.
Yeah,
but we will see. That. And that was it for the dance, for the dance units. There was nothing more that happened, if I'm not mistaken. Then we jumped to the vocal unit. To remind you, it is Hyolin, Unha, Chaeyoung and Youngun from Kep1er, Minyoung from Brave Girls, Chu, Kimlip, Hasul, Jinsul from LOONA, Yeonjung, Subin from WJSN. And they also first talked a bit amongst themselves and mentioned multiple songs they would like to perform, and they need to instantly jump in and say Unha best girl. Absolutely, by far, because Unha instantly pulled the card. Well, I would like to sing What Do I Call You by Taeyeon. So Unha's music taste is just superior.
Just a good one.
Outstanding, but I have also kind of given it to Hyolin because she mentioned a song which maybe you want to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, out of nowhere, Hello by Nuise. I mean, what? Out of nowhere, not really, because I guess this is one of the more or most famous songs of them, together with Face. Like, if you know, yeah, like. That's just something you know from Nuise, if you know them. Or if you just heard their names. This song will have a little story here still later on. So
a heartbreaking one.
Yeah, it's of course I am in that moment I was like, oh, damn, Hyolin, good one. Because I don't know, I wouldn't have imagined that she, I don't know, is dropping the bomb like this. The nuke, not a bomb, the nuke. At this point I was like, damn, Hyolin, I give it to you. That's super cool. But I say both of her choices were pretty insane if you look at it. Yeah. With To My Youth von Bolfor.
Exactly. Then, after this happened, after they talked about it, it was again time to choose who they want to perform with. And here, it was a bit different than it was for the dancers, because for the dancers, as we already said, the songs were already like provided. And they had to choose the song they want to perform. But for the vocal unit, they can choose the song they want to perform themselves. So in the end, it was only important who they're performing with. So they got three separate rooms, and in an order that was decided by Mnet, which is, by the way, I still don't get the order. Like, I think they kind of like... They completely random. At least,
yeah.
Even for the second time, I did not understand how they came up with this order, but okay. The order is LOONA, BBG, Kep1er, Brave Girls, Hyolin, WJSN. So yeah, no clue. And they simply had to go into a room, and then another one comes in, looks who's in the room. Do I want to work with this person? If no, I go. If yes, I join. And if there are already two people, then they kind of have to fight it out.
Yeah, it's like basically season 1.
Yeah, basically season 1. But there was no key this time who was ready to like poke the eyes out of everyone who dared to take away Waza. Okay, so First, LOONA went and just got into a room because there was no one else before them. And what was really cute is LOONA was sitting in there, but it matches shortly, don't worry. They were sitting in there and they were like hoping that unha would join them. Because they talked about how cool it would be to perform with her together, that they really liked her song choice, and so on and so on. And they talked about the fact that when she enters, since there are 4 people, they all could take one of her limbs and pin her down to make sure she can't leave anymore. Problem is, unha was like, nah, I'll go solo. And went into room B. And after LOONA found that out, that unha chose another room, they were like, okay, we're switching to Kepler. When Kepler is in, we're pinning them down. We're not letting them leave. And this is exactly what they have done. Kepler went into the room of LOONA first. And they instantly ran towards them. They basically, they pinned down Jonghyun like so hard. They held onto her. It was no choice for them than to stay there. But that was nothing bad because they also wanted to be together with LOONA. So there we got relatively early a group settled down. And until now, guys, everything was happy and fun and cool, but it all changed with no, not yet. Sorry. First it was Brave Girl's Minyoung's turn. She just went into the last room, but then it changed. Then everything changed because Hyolin was now the one to choose who to perform with. First, she went into room A, where Kepler and LOONA were sitting, and LOONA was instantly like, sorry, already married. Sorry, no. And Hyolin accepted that pretty fast, left the room, and then she entered room B, where unha was ready to throw herself at Hyolin. She prepared a freaking performance, guys. Unha ran up the stairs, and when the door opened, Unha started to sing Hello by New East. And if your heart is not already melting right now, then something's seriously wrong with you, okay? She was coming down the stairs singing for Hyolin, and Hyolin looked into this room, was like, are you alone? Unha's like, yeah, come in. And Hyolin just like, I will look around first, and left.
I will look in the other room.
Just freaking left. And think about what she said. I will look around first. There was nothing to look around, guys. She was in room A. She saw LOONA and Kepler. She went in room B. She saw unha. It was clear that in the last room there is Minyoung. So it's not like she had to think about who else is there to choose from. No, she knew perfectly well. And instead of saying instantly, you know what? I feel like I simply want to perform more with Minyoung. No, she took the cheap road and said, I will look around first, and left. And never, ever came back. And unha was left there saying, are you leaving? My fucking heart broke in that second. Like, I could hear it shatter. That was so hard. Like, she even sang, dude. She even came down the stairs. Yo, say yo.
Like, I'm even just depressed now. Just like. I mean, she was before that. She was the whole time like, oh, I would love to partner up with Hyolin or WJSN.
WJSN.
Yeah, and then Hyolin came in, and unha had basically. She prepared everything in her head. Like, she even prepared the song, like Hyolin said already, like she could imagine to do, and everything. Like unha was so packed to partner up with Hyolin, and then it's not even like that Hyolin is sincere to her. No.
Like the contrast between what Unha imagined and the
Yeah.
reality. Oh God. That freaking
hard.
that freaking broke me, dude. My
it's not the
heart
end.
hurts so much. And then maybe you could think like, yeah, okay, Hyolin, okay. I remember that. I remember that, Hyolin. Seriously. Unha may be too nice for it, but I'm not. I remember this betrayal. So, Hyolin left. Unha, sat down. She handled it pretty well, but I didn't. But okay, she was sitting down, and I mean, at the end, it's okay because her second choice, WJSN, they would just go into the room when they see her sitting there alone, and then it all would be cool, right? Wrong. What happened? WJSN. So Yeonjung and Subin went into room B and saw Unha sitting there, and again Unha. The door opened, and that smile on her face. You know that signature Unha cutie smile. That irresistible smile suddenly appeared again. And these two looked into the room and were like, now we will look into the other rooms first. And left. They freaking left. Unha again there. Then they entered room C. And kind of had a battle with Minyoung over who would be able to perform with Hyolin. Hyolin threw out WJSN. And they came back into room B. Sat down to Unha. And said, I'm not shitting you. We instantly came back. We didn't even enter room C. And I really gotta give it to her. Unha may seem often a bit naive. But this girl is smart, okay? She's really smart because she was sitting there listening to this and she was like, bullshit. You guys probably got refused by Hyolin. She instantly called their bullshit. And, confronted them with it. And you saw in Yeonjung's face, she was like, fuck. She got us. She freaking got us. Unna's not stupid, guys. She knows this, okay? Don't mistake her kindness and her sweetness for this. She knows what's up.
Exactly.
But yeah.
Just
Unha,
just the fact of, like, guys, I just want to ask you, if one, I don't know, maybe you, Nico, as well, do you have a traumata of something?
Well, I sure as hell have now, after this episode.
Like, just imagine your heart gets broken, like, and then few minutes after it, something or the same shit seems to happen again, like literally the same kind of sentence got thrown against Unha, like with her second wish, like she even wished with WJSN, and then they came in and she was like, okay, that's at least there's some hope, and she gets the sentence in the face like, but we are going to watch other rooms. Like, what the hell? These have to be the hardest few minutes she might ever had.
I'm just so impressed by Unha, how she manages to stay cool after all of this. They enter the room.
Yes.
I mean, okay, yes, she is fighting back to them with calling their bullshit. She could have just be like, yeah, well, okay. But no, she called their bullshit first before saying, but it's okay, we have stuff to do. So Unha fought back. But in that second, I'll be completely honest, I was like, Unha, scream for Chinbi. Call her. They need to face the stare of Chinbi now. You can't just be so cute and adorable about this, but she is. She just is.
Jesus! If Shinbi sees this episode, oof.
She's going to drive to the dorm of WJSN.
Definitely.
She will take this plastic clap thing with her, and then shit's going to go down. But yeah, that was it. That was the choosing of the groups, which I really hope didn't leave like. I really hope that Una isn't taking this too hard too much. I really hope she is as really as positive and forgiving about all of this as Chinby said in the last episode or in the episode before that. Not quite sure, but one of the last episodes. And then we have the final groups, and then we got a few videos of them sitting together and talking about what songs they should perform in the end, what their group name is going to be, and in the end it turned out that Unha, Yeonjong, and Subin, which is, by the way, besides everything that happened before, is really the like mashup I hoped for the most. Like Unha and Yeonjong, holy shit! Yeah. Just thinking about it, I'm losing my shit. I got G-Front and IOI. This is my heart. And Unha, Yeonjong, and Subin are together Galaxy Embracing the Universe. And they did not decide on a song yet that they're going to perform in the actual show, but for the interim check-up performance that we will get to see later, they decided on performing Across the Universe. The second group is Sun and Moon, which is LOONA and Kepler. So LOONA's let me check. LOONA, oh god, where do I have all of this? Here. Chu, Kimlip, Hustle, and Jinsol, and Kepler's Chaeyoung and Yongun. And they're performing together EXO's Don't Go, which is amazing. But there was another moment where I had like a short little almost breakdown emotional, because they seriously thought about performing Downpour by IOI. And guys, there is not much that is like breaking me, okay? But there are like three things in this world that break me. It is Girls' Generation's Into the New World ballad version, the performance from Tokyo Dome. If you know, you know. It is Time for the Glory. And it is IOI's fucking Downpour. That song is ripping me apart emotionally. And they seriously think about performing this. On top of that, we have Yeonjong here. We have Yeonjong in this competition. You can't just perform Downpour, dude. So as much as I adore the song, I'm really happy that they went with Don't Go, because the song is amazing and it is not destroying me like on Atomar level. And
at least you can concentrate on the performance now.
Yeah, and I won't be like sitting sobbing in the corner of my room. And
2 times because of the podcast.
Yeah, seriously. And the last group is the group 33 with Hyolin and Brave Girls Sis Minyoung, and they're performing Ball Force to My Youth, which is interesting because Minyoung instantly wanted to perform a song of Ailey, and To My Youth is like basically the opposite of an Ailey song.
Yeah.
But it is a great song, and I'm really looking forward to this. Now, what do you think about these constellations?
I'm overall super happy with them. Like, there isn't one song I'm not happy with. Like, I really like them all. Of course, there is a little soul in me that's crying for the hope that somehow Yoseo would have been a thing there. But I mean, it's such an obvious thing, and overall I haven't really expecting it to get mentioned overall, so I'm super happy with all of them. I guess if I'm right, in the episode already they like the group of WJSN and UNA were talking about Across the Universe and Hold My Hand, I guess. These two songs, I guess. About thinking like which of them doing live and stuff like this.
But they didn't decide.
Exactly. But
it could still be something completely different.
Exactly. If it's going to be Hold My Hand or something like that, would be nice. But I guess slightly all of them, what they thought about, I don't know. I'm super.
Please to Chaeyeon.
Then
I lose my shit. If this group performs a Taeyeon song, then I'm freaking out.
Yeah, I can imagine, to be honest. But still, there is a podcast you have to do. Overall, I'm super happy.
No offense, guys, but fuck the podcast.
And I'm super looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Based on the constellation alone and the songs.
It is honestly, for me personally, the best constellation I could have hoped for. So, because as I said, I really hoped for Unha and Yeonjung together. I'm super happy about LOONA and Kepler together, and then the vocal powerhouses Hyolin and Minyoung together. This is really nice mashup of people. So this is going to be amazing, probably. After they finally chose the songs and the groups, they had a bit of a barbecue time, of course, with a huge ass table, so all of them would be able to fit there. And we not only had the people participating in the units, but also all the other members of the groups came to spend some time together there. But there didn't really happen much we could talk about. They had a bit fun together, made jokes and so on, but nothing major. What is really interesting is what happened after the barbecue, because then it was time for the interim check. And here we got the 3 vocal groups performing shortly a bit of their songs they're maybe going to perform in the show. And the winner, that's interesting about this, after the check, all of them are choosing which group they're looking forward to most, and the winner will be able to choose the order in which the groups are going to perform in the show then. And the first group to perform their song was Galaxy Embracing the Universe, so BBG and WJSN with Across the Galaxy. What do you think about this short snippet that we got of it?
I we loved it because there was something shown that we already thought about. We thought it in the case if every group would be just send one member, but in that case, of course, WJSN sent her 2 vocal houses, Yeonjung and Subin. But both of them are really, really strong, and I think this little snippet just showed how amazing the constellation is with the power vocals of WJSN and Una's angel voice, bringing you to heaven.
It was really impressive how, despite the fact that they weren't able to really practice this together, how insanely well the voices matched.
Yeah.
They really felt like they were a solid group. Like they were a group. Like they had trained together already often. And especially what I really liked were Subin's and Unha's vocals together. They really matched each other. And then you had with Yeonjung someone who could emphasize the notes a bit with giving a bit more power into them. And in the overall, this group has a really sweet tone. in their voices and their overall performance, and yeah, overall just the synergy between all of them was impressive. And I seriously can't wait to see what they're going to perform. If it is Across the Galaxy or something else, this is going to be, I can already say this is going to be my highlight. Like, holy shit. That's exactly what I love.
They showed us instantly that we, I don't know, have that we can expect something huge next week.
Yeah. Speaking of something huge, Sun and Moon with Don't Go, originally by EXO. So Kepler and LOONA, what do you think about them?
Yeah, I mean, they are the biggest constellation, and still, I guess they perform, when they perform the full song, it's more giving the feeling still of a kind of group, because I guess
they basically are a group.
Yeah. There is, of course, there are more people you have to think about to bring into the song. I guess in the I don't know how long it was, kind of, I guess about a minute for everyone, a bit more maybe. So verse and chorus mostly. I think they showed very, very cool synergies so far, and every one of them got one part, if I remember it right, and it was a pretty cool thing to see everyone, like how everyone fits into the song. And it felt very cool, like not very cool, but very I don't know, I really liked it overall. Like I got engaged to it. I really liked it.
The thing about this group is, due to just the size of this group and of course the quality of all the vocals within it, the biggest asset this group has, and this is something we already saw here, is the harmonization. Because this is something the other groups can't do to that extent. Like, maybe Galaxy Embracing the Universe could, if you have, like, I could imagine, for example, Yeonjong Sing and Unha and Soobin harmonizing for that. That could work out really well. But here, for Sun and Moon, but for Galaxy Embracing Sun, you always have, or if Unha Sing and Soobin and Yeonjong like harmonizing, this works, but you always have only 2 people. And in Sun and Moon, I mean, you can have like basically 5 people at the same time harmonizing the shit out of the song, which will be really, 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 really important for their performance, I think. And this is something, if I would have something to say for the performance, I'd say we need to focus on that. Like, we really need to make sure that this is something we are blowing away the listeners with, because if they're playing out this card right, they have like a really, really high chance of completely nailing this performance majorly.
Yeah, cause especially like LOONA has brought four member there with some really different voices, where you can play to give many aspects to harmonization. That's pretty cool.
And last but not least, we got the group 33 with Minyoung of Brave Girls and Hyolin. What do you think about them?
I guess what their interim performance just showed was how much they can adapt to. Like, they really it really feels like they can, or they will be, or have the same style in the performance. Like they adapted really much to each other, and it sounded like it sounded very well planned, and I guess they were executed pretty good as well in the performance. Of course, they are pretty much into like showing their vocals in a power kind of way. So they started the song very soft, That was really, really, really cool. And ended up for this interim performance at least with a loud chorus and finale. I guess this is something we can kind of expect for the performance as well. The contrast between the softer verses and a bit more powerful chorus. And yeah, this fits to the style of both of them. Like, that's pretty cool. And I guess a reason why Hyolin wanted to partner up with Minyoung.
We also saw Minyoung struggling a bit in between of the performance, which is understandable since she said herself that she actually doesn't really know the song well of Ball 4. So it is quite understandable, and through that, really impressive how well she did. I really liked how she sang that part. I also really liked how Hyolin sang her part. But what is interesting that you said you thought they match well, because I think that different. I think separately they sang it really well, but as soon as they started to sing together, I really had problems with it, because we had Minyoung being like the main part in this performance where they sing together, and Hyolin was like back vocaling a bit there for a bit, and this didn't really work for me at all. Like I almost couldn't really hear Hyolin, and when I heard something from her, it didn't really match, in my opinion, with what or no better how Minyoung was singing it. So that was something I didn't really enjoy. But I mean, they also almost had no time to train together, so it's not a big surprise. But if I compare this to, for example, Galaxy Embracing the Universe, how they felt like they were already an established group, and then there was just too big for me of a quality difference. And when they started to belt out the notes, and this is what I meant before when I talked about the constellation for the dance units of WJSN and Hyolin, I sometimes feel like Hyolin is used right now so much to being a solo artist that she's forgetting that she has to blend in with other people for performances like this, because she sounded, for me personally, so like different when she started to really bring out her voice, like so much more powerful than Minyoung, that I felt like, okay, she's basically doing a solo here right now instead of trying to level with Minyoung there. That was a bit disappointing for me to see on that part.
I guess there are some aspects that will be or that's mainly for the interim. Like I can imagine that Minyoung will kind of try to fix to be like have the same impact as Hyolin. I guess for especially this interim it felt like Minyoung just had not even the full confidence for performing it at this place, and I guess there's a bit that it wasn't the perfect style they will plan out or something like that. At least it felt for me like this. But
I mean, I'd say so too. I'd say that's obvious, but I would expect from Hyolin, from someone with the experience of Hyolin, and especially also the group experience of Hyolin, that she would kind of like, I mean, she saw how Minyoung is singing it, and that she would try to adjust her voice to make it feel more harmonic, even if it's just the interim performance. But I mean, it's not like this interim performance is like just for fun.
Yeah.
I mean, they.
sure.
I don't think they knew what exactly they would get, because I
Yeah.
think only afterwards it was said what the what they would get for winning. But I would kind of expect from her that she can adjust it while performing it at least a bit, because for me it just felt, I could be wrong there, but it just felt like she did not adjust a tiny bit there.
Yeah, it felt like she just tried her best there at this moment. Yeah.
But we will see how it turns out in the actual performance. Definitely still looking a lot forward to this. Yeah, then we saw the girls, all of the girls, choosing their favorite group, or the group they're looking most forward to, but we did not see yet who is going to win. They're going to push that to the next episode.
Yes.
And slightly, or shortly, I should say, before the episode ended, it was time to also look for a brief moment into the dance training of the dance units. And here, yeah, we didn't get much. We got a few teasers of the girls standing in some kind of staircase. No clue why, but it looks like there was no place where all of the girls, was enough space for all of the girls. So, okay. So they were standing there and stretching and stuff. And then we saw the trainers entering. And the trainers are participants from Street Woman Fighters. So we got Monica, we got La Chica, and we got Honey J as trainers for the groups, which is really interesting and a great way of cross promo. Mnet, good job. But yeah, there also we didn't see much. We only saw the reactions of the girls when the trainers entered, and that was it's no surprise that they were all like, "Oh my god! Oh shit! Oh my god!" Really excited as always. But yeah, how it actually turns out, we will have to see in the next episode. But it is definitely interesting that they're going with the Street Woman Fighter members to train them. I'm really looking forward to this. How they will work together, how fierce it is going to get. We already saw, I think it was Hyolin, tears. So it's gonna get interesting again, guys. The drama will be there in the next episode. And yeah, then it was basically it of the episode. We only got one cookie scene at the end, which was of LOONA and Kepler, because they exchanged gifts for each other. And I want to call like the scam of the century, because first we got Kepler. They got from LOONA like insanely ugly but super comfortable looking slippers. So I guess it's cool. I would really like to wear them once, because they look like it would feel you like you're walking on clouds when you're into those, but they were insanely ugly. But after this, we got a little scene of Kepler standing in the kitchen and baking, because they wanted to make cookies for LOONA. And now I need you guys' help. Because I smell cookie dough and scam in the air. Because we saw Kepler making the dough. Then they formed the cookies, put it in the oven, and what we saw was cookies which were basically balls. Okay? Yeah. They were basically balls. And strangely, when we saw like Kepler giving the cookies to LOONA, they looked like perfectly flat, round cookies. And I'm really not an expert when it comes to baking. But as far as I know, cookies don't suddenly turn from balls into like the cookie kind of plate form that you know from cookies. So either this was just the first attempt of them that we saw there in the video, or they baked the cookies, realized, okay, they don't taste at all, let's just buy them, and then gave them bought cookies. Or they already bought the cookies and Mnet was like, nah, we need that for you to make it look personal.
Yeah.
And then they pretended to cook this, but to bake this, I mean. But this, what they pushed into the stove there, is not what LOONA got in the end.
I mean, I can remember 100% because I haven't really seen the cookies overall. I just saw that they are, in a kind of plate, like not that were not the kind of ball size. So I don't know if they have kind of. I mean, you can't cut it out for cookies normally. So if you like, if they kind of cut the balls in plates or something like that, I'm unsure if this works. But
I mean, I occasionally make like pizza balls, guys, and they look form-wise similar to what Kepler has put into the stove there. And from that experience, I can say no, they're not. They're not sinking in so much. They're just no. So this is. I would really like to know your opinions. If I just don't know shit about baking, yes, I really don't know shit. But do I really know such a few amount about baking, or was this just rigged from beginning to the end? I would really like your opinions on this in the comments, guys.
But why would you rig so bad over and over again? Like, I'm so bad at rigging. And
well, to cover up. Well, I can tell you why. Here, listen to me. Mnet is doing this insanely obvious rigging, so you focus on that, so they can rig other things in the background. So that at the end of the show, no one thinks, how did this group or this person win? No, everyone will be like, what the fuck was up with those cookies?
Okay.
Because I feel like at the end, I will be like this.
Yeah, sadly it worked, because, I don't know, I want to know.
It's brilliant.
What happened with the cookies? What is the story behind it?
Just brilliant, Mnet. Seriously, I'm impressed. Okay, guys, and that was it with today's episode of AyoGG, the K-pop podcast. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. Did you enjoy the Queendom episode? Episode 5.
I really loved it.
Despite everything that happened.
I mean, yes, of course, there are many negative points in the air after watching the episodes. But I really loved it, because this is something I don't want to miss in seasons like Queendom, the kind of variety-focused mid-game. I really, really love it, and I hope this will stay for the next seasons as well. This is
we really
thing.
hoped for this when Mnet was announced. Yeah, no. When Queendom 2 was announced, that they would orientate themselves more on season 1 with that variety stuff than Kingdom.
Yeah,
where they didn't have this.
Exactly, and they did, and it was cool.
Yeah. I would basically say the same thing. It was super entertaining. I really liked the episode. And it showed that even without like major performances, you can really have a great time with Queendom and the entire cast. Because, I mean, you have so many amazing girls in this cast of Queendom. And to just let them interact together. It's just producing pure gold. In my opinion, you could produce 1 or 2 like filler episodes where you have like actual variety content with them, you know, and not just this choosing and obsessionally talking, but like seriously variety stuff. But I don't want to be too greedy. We learned by now that Mnet is completely shitting on our opinions with not showing us Taeyeon once in this episode. So I hate you, Mnet.
I don't know what to say about it. I mean that we can't do the corner today is something. Once again, by the way, is.
Hey guys, I tried. I tried to
so
think
mad.
of something, but it does not work. It simply does not work. There was not one outfit there from any of the girls that where we could like actually talk about, because they were all just they were casual and great. You know, that's just it's boring.
Yeah.
That's not what we want, god damn it. But yeah. Next week, Fashion with Tango will definitely back.
But
at least I hope if we that
yeah,
we see,
but I have
Taeyong
the
then
feeling
again.
it's not going to have the old vibe. It will continue with
Nah,
the
it's going to be
recent vibe.
gorgeous, but at least we will see Tay again. So
yeah. We will
I guess-
appreciate Tay once again. That's our corner for now.
yeah.
But it will be back
I mean-
for sure.
I mean, now we had like complaining about Mnet as in corners, okay too, I guess.
Exactly.
So, guys, let us know your opinions about the episode in the comments below. And I hope you're tuning in also to next week for the next episode of AyoGG, the K-pop podcast, in a special episode for Queendom 2 next week for episode 6. So, thank you for your attention and bye.
Bye.